Right, and welcome to the third step that I want you to complete in your route to success. Now, the third step is all about investing in you. Not me, you. Okay, so you've been to your meetings, you've got a vision of what you want to be. What now? Now you need to start investing in you, investing in your education, learning more. Now, that may seem, well, I can get free stuff off the company, I can get this, that. I'm not talking about the free stuff. The free stuff, if you, and I did this as an experiment over the last few weeks, if you sign up to everybody who's offering you free this, free that, free the other, then what you find is you get blurred vision. What do I mean by blurred vision? I mean basically that when you're looking at stuff, Fred over here says do it this way. John says do it this way. Sandra says do it this way. And what happens is you're trying to do it in every way at the same time. You're aiming in a direction that you just don't understand. And what tends to happen is that tends to be the free stuff that people put out to you. I mean, I'm no better than anybody else. I give people a free thing on my blog. If you're on my blog at the moment, you'll see in the top corner of my blog is some free Facebook training. But that is done by a six-figure earner. That's somebody who actually knows what they're doing, and basically somebody who really has blown Facebook apart. So that is worth looking at. But it's not me, because I know that what I can offer is in a different area. What I offer people when I do training is very, very specific, and we'll come about that towards the end of this thing. Not this video, but the end of the course of videos that I'm doing. Now, the third thing that we're talking about is your training, your education. What does that mean? That means buying books. That means going on courses. Now, that can be regional trainings, that can be international trainings. Our company does quite a few trainings which in actual fact, between you, me and the gatepost, don't tell anybody, nobody's watching this, so don't worry, we have people from other companies join us just to go on our trainings. Now, we know this, fair enough, they want to learn what we do, and it's not the end of the world, because our training has been recognised industry-wide as one of the top trainings that there are. Now, I'm not saying you're going to do that, because you're probably not, but your company will have people that they suggest that you learn from. Now, I'm going to give you a suggestion or two in a minute anyway, but what I'm trying to say to you is you need to invest in learning. How many times do you hear the leaders in your company say that they are constantly learning? Now, there are quite a few people who I respect, really respect within our industry. You know, obviously Ray Higdon, because I've mentioned him already. There's a gentleman called Richard Matheru who's done extremely well. There's quite a few. Richard is UK, Ray is USA, and there's quite a few others in the UK, there's quite a few in the USA. But what I do is I focus on what training is going to be suitable for me. Okay? I don't take everything that everybody's offering me and then get myself confused. What you need to do is focus on what you want to learn, buy the right training for that, work on that, and then look at the next step. Okay? So, say for example, you wanted to learn about blogging. Okay? We, in our blog, my particular blog, my wife and my blog, we have some training there that's been created by Ray Higdon. Ray Higdon has trained just about everybody who's successful in blogging. Okay, it's called 3-Minute Expert. It's something that a lot of companies suggest you look at outside of our company because it's brilliant. Okay, and if you want to have a look at it, it's on my blog. It's there for anybody to see. I'll probably put it in this particular post on my blog if you're reading it on the post. Okay, he's the one that I would go for blog training. With regard to Facebook, his wife is very good at it, but it wouldn't necessarily be his wife that I'd look at. It is actually, but I mean, it wouldn't necessarily be his wife that I'd look at. There's another woman as well that I tend to look at as well, And what I do is I look at both the trainings, see which part of it suits what I need at this particular time, buy that part. Now, you'll notice with a lot of trainings, there's free parts that you can look at and get a sample of. And quite often you'll see people do webinars. Come see my webinar, I'll give you all the information you need to know about blah, blah, blah. And then when you get to an end of it, they told you so much, great, fantastic. And then and if you buy my product, I'll tell you the rest. That is where the information is, not on the free stuff. The free stuff will help you, don't get me wrong. And there's plenty of free stuff on our blog that you can get samples of to get an idea of. But those are the samples. It's like going on Amazon and deciding you want to read a book, right? And if you click, there's quite often a little button that says sample, and you can read a couple of pages. Does that tell you what the whole book's about? No, it doesn't. It gives you a hint, a taster. So when you're looking for training, first of all, you're going to need to pay for it. For the decent stuff, you're going to need to pay. If somebody's offering a complete course free of charge, no good, okay? Its likelihood is that it's a copy of a copy of a copy of a copy. And if you photocopy something, then photocopy the photocopy and photocopy the photocopy of the photocopy, eventually you end up with something that's very, very pale or very, very dark, and it doesn't resemble what you got to begin with. So when it's free, 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 the whole course is free, wow, fantastic, shy away from it, unless you know the trainer. So look at stuff that you have to pay for. Now, sometimes you'll pay next to nothing. That doesn't matter. But you need to be paying for it. This seems totally alien to me as well. Don't worry. It's because you know that they've put effort into it. They're charging for it because they realise that this is a bit better than what you'd get free. Okay? Choose the person, choose the training to match what you want, and then make sure it's a proper product, not a freebie that's been shoved in to make it look good on their website. Okay? So those are 3 points about your education. I'm now going to break all my rules and tell you about something that I do suggest you get. A lot of companies train this in one format or another, and it's a book, an audio by Al Schreider. Now, it's called The 4 Colours of Personality. For Network Marketing MLM, I believe it's called. I've got it on audio on my phone, so when I've got 5 minutes, I stick it back on again. And basically, that will increase your business tremendously. I'm not going to tell you anything more about it. If you want to be a cheapskate, you can do. The likes of, I think it's Audible. Yeah, I'm sure it's Audible. They're a website that do Audible books that you can download to your phone. They give a free book trial. So you sign up for it, give your credit card details, etc. You're allowed to download one free, and then you can cancel if you wish. This is the one book I would suggest that everybody in network marketing should have listened to, read, etc. Have a read of it. I would suggest reading it as well. The Audible is fantastic. It's handy for having on in the car. But sometimes when you read, you take in more information than you do just listening. In fact, that's a natural fact. The more you read, the more you take in. The more you listen, it fades within a couple of days. So you need to repeat, 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 repeat. Okay? Have a look at it. I would suggest it. It's a good training and it is low cost. After that, consider what are your weak areas of your business and then focus on some training on that. Now, I've waffled on far too long on this video, but hopefully you found it a little bit of benefit. The next one we're going to cover is the next stage in being successful. I will speak to you then. Bye for now.